Hey, Ski.
Seville, hate this shit. Been out chain.
Jam Pony Express DJs doing.
This one here for the thug.
Boys here.
All my thugs cock here nines
Oh,
like
we getting ready to
shoot a bitch and don't you miss.
Jam Pony Express gonna do it
Like this. Shoot a bitch.
just to let you know we commit them, about to pull them.
Robbery,
Hey,
robbery now.
underground, all y'all DJs,
Hush your mind.
Jam Pony right now, make you get on the grind. All y'all niggas just
Hush your mind.
know we came for.
Your money, your keys.
Loud.
Yes, on your fucking money.
All about
Your
it.
money,
And them car keys, tell your bitch, huff.
your fucking needs.
Huh. Jam Pony about to get all in.
Do it.
Don't be scared, bitch.
Do it.
Jam Pony gonna hit it from the back.
Back and you.
For my dogs out there,
Carjacking.
I hope that the
Police don't come, nigga.
dick so long make them hoes
Run, nigga.
bustin'
All
nuts,
over holler
face and
stuff.
these old bitches can't.
Get enough.
Who is that?
It's red and black.
Black.
And all you niggas king.
Get it like drag.
What up, y'all?
You'll get your
Like snatch.
Fuck with X-rated, get it.
back to
Bag.
just
Smoking on the dank, nigga.
Jam Pony in effect. We got it so
Thanks, nigga.
oh, let me hit a
Drink, nigga.
all the boys so po, he about to rob him a
Bank, nigga.
make him hit the ground. Jam Pony say, want your shit right now.
Give me that water, that
All about.
your money, your key, yes, on your
Oh, you want these CDs? Give up them car keys.
Goddamn
and get-
Pony be quadding, boy. Woo!
This from my boy Ryder,
Ryder.
the one that got. Hey, dog, I want all your shit. Get on your
knees. The way it's gonna be.
Jam.
X-rated in the house, everyday blow.
Trees like OG,
Huh?
hanging out of half.
You don't know, nigga, this is
how
how
we get down in my town and
fuck
around it. Get some more shit to
Jam
think
Pony
about.
bass hit so hard, your whole system.
Blake got.
Hold up.
Yeah, it's time for jamming since the age of
13.
and I'm riding in the.
Black fool.
You just
Plotting and scheme.
yeah, I see your ass.
That shit never gets
And
old,
I'm rolling
kid.
with the. You better let me.
Some boy.
Got this mic in my
We about to go hunt.
Jam Pony Express on the mic, no
Run, boy. Push the ball. Don't make me go some boy.
Third light, baby. Goddamn.
Grind. Give me that wallet and hush your mouth.
Oh yeah,
Right now, get on the grind. Give me that wallet and
all about.
money.
Give up.
Your key.
Ooh, and get
Your fuck.
Goddamn bass bends rattling, baby girl.
Your key.
for my nappy head niggas and tally hoes.
Robbery now.
Straight from the underdog.
Grind. Give
Jam.
X-rated promise. I told you that Pony was coming, baby.
Yeah, so all y'all DJs.
I bust out a couple songs episode.
your key.
I got some golden bones, baby.
All about
Yo, this shit's early 2000, son.
make you get up. Believe that. 2 for 1 entertainment in your brains, bitch. Still doing it. Slick Vic.
Yo, that shit never gets old. What up, folks? God damn, excuse me. I don't know if you saw Mega Dab I just did. Goddamn Pony Bass gets y'all pumped up. Slick Vic, take me back on fucking 13. Newtown Estates, bitch. It's the motherfucking Pony Show. Yo, for those of you fools who don't know what that is, that's the world's fucking greatest. You heard it. 2 for 1 entertainment, baby. Slick Vic and the Jam Pony Express. No, that's not what we want. Not that. No, that shit's epic. So real quick while I'm cleaning this shit. What up, folks? How are you? It's literally 4:21. Started that dab. 4:19. Smoked across 4:20. Thank you very little. How was everybody on this fine day? It's what is it? It's Monday, 31st. Folks, January's already over. January of 2022 is already done. We're now entering 2/22. So we got all kinds of fun days coming up. We have 2/22/22. Then we have 02/22. I guess that's the only palindrome that month is the 02. No, it's not even. There are nuns. Forward and backwards is the same if you don't know what palindrome is. Different than an acronym. But that's a different story. But holy shit. But that goddamn pony boy, what's up, kids? All right, so if y'all folks know what that is, real quick, most of my Florida peeps know what it is. So back in the day, like, people don't realize South Florida, more specifically, well, I guess it's South Florida in general, right? Because it's Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the whole area. But like ground zero for party music and entertainment shit, right? New York had all that crazy hardcore hip hop, and this was West Coast was not even really a thing yet. This is early '80s. I'm talking about before anything West Coast, like Ice-T or any of that, which predates fucking NWA. But our Dr. Dre's first group, if you didn't know, is in a group called World Class Wrecking Crew. Yes, that was Dr. Dre's first gig. But I'm talking pre that, but those were just still kind of like, pretty boy type rap music. There was no gangster shit. So New York is where all the hip hop was, and South Florida is where the gangster shit, party shit was. But fun, like just wild shit. So when they would have parties back in the day in Florida, and you can even see this, I think DJ Khaled talks about it a little bit. But the huge thing in Miami and down south was people would throw parties, and you get dudes to DJ the party. And, well, they wouldn't just show up and play the music. Fucking motherfuckers got microphones. And so before you knew it, this starts with like simple shout outs, people in the crowd, what up? Oh, you see old dude, blah, blah, blah. Fucking, were you Freddie in the Chevy? Whatever, to morphs into making their own songs and spitting their own little verses or lines over existing rap songs. And literally probably like 6 times out of 10, I would even go 7 times out of 10, making them better, funnier, just bullshit. Like you can tell when the dude talks over and shit. But that was like the full-on party scene, and so that's where Jam Pony Express got their start, doing that shit early. And the original dudes was Slick Vic and Lock Cool Jock and the bodyguard Big Ace. And Big Ace never even used to talk on music back in the day. He was literally just a bodyguard, this big-ass fat dude that fucking ripped around with him everywhere. But saw them at Newtown Estates in 7th grade, and literally at like the rec center in the middle of Newtown. So where we are in Newtown, right? That's the Martin Luther King. It's the black area, Sarasota. And they showed up at the rec center. Free fucking show, right? They're selling tapes and T-shirts and all kinds of shit. Yeah, tapes, not CDs, not anything, tapes. And, bro, they have a wall of speakers. A wall of speakers. And that was the first time I'd ever heard of a bass bin. And they'd rap about it in songs, and people hear bass bins, and they would think like, oh, like a Mercedes-Benz bass bin? No, dude, like you can look it up. It was this huge speaker box that was literally built to amplify the sound of the bass or the speaker or whatever. A lot of speakers are built to be in certain type of enclosures to sound better or do whatever. But so I had these bass bins, these big-ass boxes with speakers like buried in them that you couldn't see, but the way they would fire out and do the design of this thing, they'd fucking hammer. And they'd light that shit on town. So for hours, dude, on end, dude, motherfuckers just playing song, kids dancing, people getting wild. No drama, no fights ever at that shit. That's back in the day. That's when shit was lovely. And just jamming. So that's what that Jam Pony shit is, and people would get all over it. That was my first introduction to like 90% of the rap music out here. You'd hear it on Jam Pony tape before you'd see it in the store. Because this was before there was like MTV Raps and goddamn Rap City on BET and all that. No music, none on the radio, none of that bullshit. Because the first shit that came on the radio was like Jazzy Jeff, the Fresh fucking Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, Will Smith, that horrible shit. Some of it was okay for the times, but it was just such whitewashed, like, no pun intended, white people rap music. That's the shit they put on the radio, not the good shit. So I will be giving y'all a little taste of the pony every episode, sometimes a couple little songs, because why not? Keeps us young at heart. So, just bullshitting. I know I said something before, but let me tell you folks what. I've said it before about the Midwest in general, but I can honestly say now without a doubt, I've been living here, just the family and the kids. We've been here for, 3 years. We came in July of 18. So we've been here now 3.5 years, okay? 18 to 19 to 20 to 21. Yep. 3.5 years. Yep, got here in 18, did that. Then did it on 19 of the 19, 20, 21, and now we're half up. Yeah, holy shit, dude. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So, but back to what I was saying. Without a doubt, hands down, the people here in Michigan, and I've traveled the whole state, so it's the whole state. They're the nicest people I've ever met, I've ever lived with, I've ever hung out with, socialized on a daily level. All my friends in Sarasota, all my friends, especially in California. Roger, Eric, you guys know, got some of my best friends out there were from Indiana. They're from the Midwest, so they totally, why they were like where they were. But the people here are fucking genuine, and they're so nice, and they're so, like, they're sweet people. Like, just like anything, you're going to have your schmoes and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, these people here are good fucking people. They're nice. They're thankful, they're grateful for what they have. They're like salt of the earth people, like, you know. Got so many friends here that have lots of money, millionaires and shit, and no one talks about it. No one asks about how rich. Well, there's a couple nerds that do, but I'm not friends with these fucking guys, right? So, but I know a few guys that do, but those aren't the type of people we hang out with that I'm even talking about. But just really like awesome people. Like Jessica, one time we ran up, and this was like when we first had moved here. We'd probably only been here 6 months or so, maybe. Yeah, July. Yeah, because it was the middle of winter. So, excuse me. So Jess and I, we ride up to the Rite Aid, and I forget exactly what she goes in to buy, but she goes in to buy something. It's not a lot. It was like $9 or $10, and pulled out her card and went to use it, and it didn't work. And the lady was like, "Oh, we've been having trouble with the credit card thing. You know, sometimes you have to do it 2 or 3 times." And she's like, "Okay, well, hold on. Let me go run to the car. I have cash in the car, and I'll go grab it." The dude behind her in line, no questions asked. He's like, "Here, don't worry about it. Just grab your stuff and go. I'll pay for it. You know, here's the money." And he actually gave it to the cashier. Like, no questions asked. She's like, "No, it's cool. Like, I got my money in the car." He's like, "No, it's not a big deal. You know what? And this and that. I'm paying it forward. Someone did something nice for me or whatever." And was kind of like his excuse. And like, no questions asked. I'd never seen her. And we're like, holy shit. Just so random out of the blue. And it was for something that wasn't like necessary. It was like it wasn't like it was like medicine or some shit like that. Like, it was just some fucking thing. And might even be like Nicorette gum or some shit. I don't even know. Long story short, the guy was cool enough that he actually fucking paid for it, you know? I don't care what it is, shit like that, going to a store or a restaurant or whatever, people holding the door for you or constantly saying hi and thank you. That's one thing about California, right? I feel so bad, is everyone out there, not everyone, I shouldn't say that, it's a hate blanket statement, sorry, bad on me. Majority of the people out there, like, I figured it out, are so stressed because it's so expensive to live out there. And while you see the few stories of the people that are loaded out there living it up and everything, bro, it's expensive. And the people I know that if they weren't like in the cannabis game, like big time, like they were working like 2 and 3 jobs just to pay their bills. That's how expensive it is out there. It's crazy. And so because they do that, no one's walking around smiling, like waving at you and shit. You know, and there's a lot of gang bullshit out there. So a lot of times you look at people and they're like, think you're like fucking sizing them up or something. But most of the people out there are just staring at the ground or just at their cell phone and just walking and not, you know, paying attention to anything. Just like no human interaction. And it sucks. It's complete opposite of over here in Michigan, you know. And how about this one? So last week, no, I guess now it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Anyway, so I started bowling again. Yes, X-rated in the house. I used to be somewhat of a bowler as a kid. I did everything, right? I played basketball, baseball, soccer. I bowled. I think that's about all the bullshit I did. But anyways, so we're bowling a few weeks ago, and we're just having fun. I'm bowling in a league with some friends, and my one buddy has his own balls. He has his own balls. But he has his own bowling balls, and I like the way they're drilled. So if you know anything about bowling, like there's a fingertip, semi-fingertip or conventional where you put your whole hand on the ball. So Kevin's balls are drilled fingertips. You just put the tips of your fingers in and, you hook the ball, that whole thing. So I've been using his balls, but Kevin's are drilled backwards because he's left-handed. So, and yes, it makes a difference if you don't realize that. So the ball is actually drilled opposite side, right? Because there's like a block inside the way you want the ball to hook and do everything. Well, if you're throwing it from the left, they drill it on one side. And if you're throwing it from the right, they drill it on the exact opposite. So I've been throwing Kevin's balls backwards for the last few weeks. And honestly, one night I shot like 215, 197, and like 167 or something like that. So I smashed it the first 2 games. Third game, I was a little tired because it wasn't exactly my hand size. So from having to squeeze it, he has a fat little thumb. So I got to squeeze it. Kevin, you chubby little stumps. So talking with this dude, and we're bowling them, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get my own couple new bowling balls for myself and this and that. And Jessica and I are getting back into it, and it's fun and all this shit. Don't think anything of it. Just 2 weeks ago, it was the week after that, we're bowling another team, and the guy comes up and he goes, hey, Eric. He goes, hey, come here. And walk over, and he's like, I remember you saying something last week. And he fucking unzips his bag, and he's like, bro, I brought you 2 bowling balls. No fucking joke. The guy brings me I looked it up, $500 worth of bowling balls for $20 a piece. Seriously. And he didn't even want the money. He's like, I don't know, you can just have them. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not going to just take them from you. I'm like, here, let me give you something. And so he's like, okay, $20, each. So I gave him fucking $40, and I bought him a shot. The guy was like, oh, that's too much. You have to do that. So I went and took him and got him drilled and everything. And bowled them last week for the first time. I shot like 160, 169, 159 or 157, and then like 140 something. So give me a couple of weeks. One's called Boost. I forget who makes it. It's called a Boost, and the other one's a Hammer. It's fucking ridiculous, and it's a carbon fiber composite. It's fucking balls ridiculous. Geez, I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So the ball. So hooks like a motherfucker, this ball. Just ridiculous, dude. So I'm having so much fun bowling with it, smashing pins, getting strikes. But the problem is it snaps off so much at the back end. I miss so many single pin spares. Bad X-rated. Oh, excuse me. Got that cotton mouth kicking. Kicking like karate. So who all thinks that Tom Brady's going to retire? The dude didn't come this far to just stop right now when his entire life, he said, well, not his entire life, but the last like 5 or 6 years. He's like, I can envision myself playing to 45. Okay? That's next year. He's not going to stop now. Dude is not going out on a losing note. That is not what he does. So I saw everybody shitting their pants and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Dude, I'm telling you now, Tom Brady's going to be back. Do we know for sure? No. But sure enough, as soon as the report came out that sources say this is last year, his dad, the coach, and his trainer, fucking, Felipe Marquez, Dr. Holographic Stickers, or whatever his name is, Bamboo Lou Sanchez or Diego Flapamora. I don't even know what his name is. Thank you. I'm working on my foreign names. But they all came out and totally refuted the reports that old dude's quitting. He ain't quitting, bro. He ain't quitting. He ain't going to lose to fucking Matt Stafford and the Rams and be like, okay, I'm good. Hey, Giselle, sorry, gonna stay home now, watch the kids. Gonna tongue kiss the kids some more while you're out there doing the modeling stuff or whatever, okay? Yeah, that's good. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, not happening. Next year. One more year. He can retire after next year. Win or lose after next year. So, and Patrick Mahomes, that old dude, prove he was mortal or what? God. Little Burrow and those guys, no fucking respect. I get no respect. which I think is pretty funny because 2 years ago, these motherfuckers won 2 games, drafted your boy last year, got his leg hurt, and now this year they're in the Super Bowl. They're the real deal, dude. I like the Chiefs. I wanted the Chiefs to win, but it's one of those things where it's actually kind of cool once you get over it to see a team that hasn't been in, 30-something years, 33 years, 38 years, some crazy shit, right? That's fucking awesome. That's super dope. So, big fan of that. And the Rams, like to see them going. I like those guys. Jessica loves Sean McVay, so that's her favorite coach. Every time she sees him, she goes, "Yay, Coach Cutie." Oh, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. So, while I sit and load up this other dab, what's up? Let's see if we can't find another Pony song. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Oh, I got a good one here for you. Oh, library. Artists. Told you I figured out a way. I found an old phone. Charged that bitch. Got this thing Bluetooth in right now. Where's... Let's turn this thing up. Was this motherfucker quads? All right, let's see what happens with this.
World's greatest. 2 for 1. Entertainment. World's greatest. 2 for 1.
Sorry about the restart.
Entertainment.
Hit it with my finger, baby. It's all right.
Full
Hear it
effect.
twice. Twice is nice. X-rated.
Pony.
Here we go.
Say tell the truth, Shane.
Doing it for you.
And God for the thugs too.
DJ Slick Vic, in case you don't know who I am.
I'm old freaky old D.J.s nigga. Collar green neck bone, eating ass nigga. Always wearing my jeans.
Representing.
No Florida, Georgia, side khaki. Rolled up, eating spam and salmon.
One time for my boy eating his
mayonnaise sandwich. Shared a room with about 4 more brothers. One home for one note.
Jam Pony Express. We a
bad motherfucker.
Come on, fuck with us, then your ass in trouble.
None of my teachers ain't like
got all these DJ, 3 more jelly.
like me. You rolled up the way I did.
Slick Vic talking shit with Ehrling.
Love the kids.
All on the mic doing what you like, cause we
Love the kids.
Smoking hash rosin. Archive.
Sound of the best Pony Express.
GMO.
Line up, we on this. Oh yeah, we got that. Yeah, Jam Pony tape in they. You don't like how I'm coming through?
Fuck you. That's right, I'm a rude ass nigga.
Come on, Slick Vicky.
A fool ass nigga. Wearing that by the $1.65.
X-rated on the mic, and you know he gets
It's live. That's right. No legs when we
Let's ride.
beat him up, then switch sides.
Get it. They ain't ready to go to war. Fuck with Jam Pony boy, then we'll
disconnect your line, but I sit swat when shit hot, you get shot.
fuck with it.
But it's not the sound of the grave. Yeah, my space and my face.
Come on.
For me and my ace, I lay down the whole page. Recognize, this is a verbalized surprise.
Jam Pony hit a ride.
Close show.
On the mic, boy, you know what it's all about.
Stow your elbows, I'm sicker than I'm supposed. Hoes on shows, so my jewelry froze. You know how it goes. These young niggas don't want it like that. Go off and get your hand.
This the red and the black.
So pass out, last out, gas low. Sticky toe, tricky to the trick. Like trash low, roller or go, roller flow from a old killer. Come clean, look at me, but you ain't no
Fuck with the best Pony Express DJ. One time for all my dogs in Fort Lauderdale. Out through Pompano, West Palm, Stewart, Fort Pierce. Time for Naples, Fort Myers. All my boys in Orlando, Cocoa, Daytona, Titusville, Melbourne. All my niggas in Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Ocala, all in Mariana. Where that? Time for Lottie, all up in Stark. All my boys in Gainesville. Woo. Coming through Martin County. Jam Pony got some. We smoking. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another. Who's that motherfucker? Slick Vic. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Ooh, shit. God damn, Dabba-Labbin'? You kidding me? CeeLo and Trick Daddy? When's the last time you motherfuckers heard that song? That should be bumping, baby. Oh, God, that's another one I got. Holy shit. No joke. Please. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. God, it's so cheesy, but I love saying it. It's such a good one. Or at the end of the day, you might beat yourself. Oh, shit. Oh. When you go to our store, splurge, save the money, you've got to get something from Archive. RKIVE. That's the name of their company. Their concentrates. And their hash rosin is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've had two from them. I've had GMO or garlic cookies, whatever you know it as. Excuse me. Man, my hand's been killing me. Back in the gym, lifting all kinds of weights and be getting tight on me. My homie Mike told me what that was called. Oh my God, yo. I don't want to erase it. I got a fucking face in the banger, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. There's a face. Don't worry, I'm going to put it up on the podcast. So I just hit my banger, and if you guys don't know what it is, the dabbers do, other people don't. So instead of a bowl that you put your weed in, this is called a banger, right? For dabbing, you put your concentrates in. Dabs or New Age hash. Best way to describe it. So you put it in the thing, you smoke it, and it's a solid, but it turns into like a liquid. It actually turns into a liquid, and then becomes a gas, and then obviously, right, science, but what I'm getting at is there's leftover shit in here you clean out with Q-tips, right? Because you don't want to leave it in there and get it all burnt up and screwed up. I just looked in there. I just took a picture. There's a fucking face in my banger, dude. In the banger. I took a picture. I don't know. I was trying to tell me something or what. It was a happy face, too. It was a nice one. It was like looking, and one of the eyes is open. It looks like one of them is winking. It's kind of sexy. I got fucking winking, fucking dab residue looking at me. Winking dabs. Yeah, kids, if you didn't know, man, too, every time, clean your fucking banger after each hit. Regular Q-tips at first, dry, to get all the goo out, and then you come with the alcohols. Come with them alcohols, baby. Clean that shit. So he was supposed to be here today, but he's coming this week. But I won't say anything yet, but I can give you some info. I got a owner of a local restaurant. Actually, it's a chain. They're blowing up. Amazing food, amazing quality, and for what you get, absolutely amazing price. The best way I can describe it is it's like a Mediterranean food Chipotle. I mean, like fresh, ridiculous ingredients, but it's all Middle Eastern. And it's fucking stupid. Like 2 or 3 kinds of chicken, couple kinds of beef, obviously traditional lamb for gyros, not gyros, okay? It's gyros. Just absolutely ridiculous food. But a super cool guy. I know him from around town and from the place and stuff, and through some other friends. Gonna have him on, talk about the place. He's blowing up, expanding like a madman in the middle of this pandemic when other places are being forced to close and shut down. Look at me. Golden rule, talk on the mic. Other places are being forced to shut down and consolidate if not close altogether. Excuse me, this motherfucker is blowing up and expanding. Why? Quality food, quality service, and consistent service, right? The key things to a good business. And I can honestly say that about the stuff. We eat this place all the time, whether we're here. He's got a couple local. He's got a few more open, and I think old dude's got like 4 or 5 getting ready to blow up. It's amazing. It's amazing. So hopefully that episode will be coming out, dropping that real soon. Oh my God, that second dab was delicious. All right. Without further ado, folks, the most important thing to start this year, I've been waiting. The 2022 WSL World Championship Tour Surf League has started. That's right, folks. The world's finest competitive surfers have commenced upon the 7 Mile Miracle, otherwise known as the North Shore of Hawaii, a.k.a. the North Shore of Oahu. It's technically what I should have said. In Hawaii, but it's North Shore of Oahu. So, shit just started. Started Saturday, and holy shit did it start. Pipeline was pumping. And for those who don't know, surf event, this tour usually ends at Pipeline. It usually ends in December, traditionally for the last 20 plus years, maybe even longer. It's ended. They run this whole year. They travel the world, surf spots, and then it always ends up in Pipeline for the very last contest. Well, now they've switched it from 2 years ago, and that shit starts at Pipeline. As a spectator and a fan, I feel like a winner myself, because instead of waiting all year to have to see the world's best go at it in ridiculous conditions, they're starting here. And I think by this new schedule, the way they've done it, so what they do is, obviously waves are a natural thing, and you don't know exactly when they're going to happen. But after all these years of people living in places, collecting information, sharing it, advent of the internet, and then all of these ridiculously accurate forecasting models for weather, obviously the same types that they use for hurricanes, they can look at the globe and just watch the weather patterns and see as they come what they traditionally do. And obviously some things are different. They change every once in a while, but it's pretty ridiculous how accurate they get with tracking some of these storms. So they pick the locations throughout the year to be in a window of the most possible, the best possible time to get the best possible swell. So it started this last weekend. So here's the lineup this year. I got to go through because there's a bunch of pages. So the first event, Pipeline. Sponsored by Billabong Pro, January 29th through February 10th. The next event, and this is the running window, they just started, so it won't go to February 10th if they finish it in the first few days. And they took today off, because there's a new swell on the way. But yesterday, that shit was what they call it was 6 to 8 foot Hawaiian, maybe 10 foot sets. But those crazy motherfuckers aren't normal because they measure the wave from the back, and these maniacs are surfing 15 to 20 foot plus waves. It's 12 to 15 with 20 foot sets all day. Okay. And these guys are calling it single digits, 6 to 8 with 10 foot sets. I love it. Oh my God. So these guys were just slaughtering it. So that's first one's Pipeline, February 10th. Next one, February 11th to 23rd, the Hurley Pro at Sunset Beach. That's both men and women. Both these are men and women. Pipeline and the Sunset, which is literally right down the beach, maybe a mile from Pipeline. It's called the 7 Mile Miracle. There's so many ridiculous waves there. So that's where Sunset is next after Pipe. And then, hold on, we got to go to March. And then I think they go to Rio. No, I'm sorry. They go to Portugal. The Mio Pro in Portugal, March 3rd through the 13th. That's, again, both men and women's. And then the next one is the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. So they travel all the way to Australia. So you go from Portugal down to Australia, and that runs from April 10 to 4/20, April 20th. Again, both men and women. And then the April 24th through the 4th is the Margaret River Pro. And that's again Margaret River, and that's Western Australia. And that again, both men and women. And then we got some fucking ridiculous ones coming up. So the next one is gonna be my favorite one, probably of the year. It's the Quicksilver Pro in G-Land, and that's in Indonesia, and it's an island it's called Garajagan, and it's off the coast of the Banyuwangi Peninsula. You like that one? Banyuwangi? Seriously. But it's right on the edge of like a nature reserve and shit, and it's crazy. It's in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of nothing. You should look it up. It's sick. G-Land. So that's May 28th through June 6th. That's probably the one I'm most stoked about besides Pipeline. So there's that. And then they cruise down. Actually, this would be a good one too, but it's not as remote. The El Salvador Pro. Dude, they're going to El Salvador for the first time ever for a big WPT. WSL. I said WPT, like World Poker Tour. Yeah, we're not playing poker, Eric. So they go to El Salvador, Punta Roca, but it's sick. It's this place called Surf City. It's in El Salvador. You should look it up. That's what the actual government has decided to name it. And I think they take nothing but Bitcoin. Like you have to buy Bitcoin to use in the establishment. It's pretty sick. It's pretty smart. In the middle of El Salvador, right? So that's June 12th to the 20th. And then after that, June 23rd to the 30th, they go down to Rio for the Oi Rio Pro. That's again both men and women. That's July, boom. Now we go to July. And then from there, oh shit, bro, J-Bay. So, South Africa. Very southern tip of South Africa. It's a place called Jeffreys Bay. And that's where the men and women are serving next. Of course, mate. Oh, something perfect. Something perfect. And then after that, they go to August 11th to 21st, Tahiti. They go to Chopu. In Tahiti, French Polynesia. Bro, men and women. Be sick watching the women charge out there. And then after that, we have September. We have the actual finals. It's gonna be at Trestles again, which is in SoCal. If you folks know where that is. And technically Trestles in San Clemente. But that's ridiculous, dude. That's a full 9 months of ridiculous surf competitions. It's ridiculous. And so the finals, the last one in Trestles, top 5 men and top 5 women make it. And so they basically do like a surf off in the water, just like a playoff bracket where by points and shit, they qualify basically with who has the best record and stuff. And you get points for finishes and stuff like that. And whoever has the best top 5 scores go to the surf off. And whoever, obviously keeps winning the heats from 5 versus 4, whoever wins surfs 3, whoever wins that surfs number 2, and then whoever wins that surfs number 1. Excuse me. So it's crazy. It's super cool, man. It's so sick. Can't wait to do it. And the main dude, and this is super, I think, amazing. I feel bad for the guy that he had to do it, but I think it's really, it tells you something about, I think, where society is going with talking about mental health and dealing with it and stuff. So real quick, I'll just do the top 5. The top 5 ranked, and I'll have all this listed. Actually, I'll show the top 35 because it's the top 32, and they bring 3 alternates in case someone can't surf. So the top 5 this year is Gabriel Medina from Brazil, Felipe Toledo from Brazil, Italo Ferreira fucking from Brazil. These guys are so out of control. They surf so good. The homie Connor Coffin, United States. He's from California. And then Morgan Siblick from Australia. And then we had another American and finished 6th, Griffin Colapinto, another California kid. And of course, the king at 50 years old is still surfing, Kelly Slater. He's ranked 18th because he hurt his foot last year, so he didn't surf a lot of events. That's why he's ranked so low. So, but I'll have it posted. I'll show you the listings of the top 35. But the first top guy I was telling you about, Gabriel Medina, he actually won the world title last year. He didn't show up. The event started, I told you, Saturday in Hawaii at Pipeline, and excuse me. He didn't show up, and usually people show up like a week, 2 weeks. I mean, sometimes guys show up a month or 2 in advance to surf and start getting used to everything. And because Hawaii not only is big, it's like super powerful, right? It's a huge open ocean swell just rolling up. You know, that shit don't play. So a lot of people got to go there and get warmed up because they haven't been surfing those big waves all year. But he didn't show up, and then all of a sudden, like a day, I think it was the day before the contest was to start, he released a statement on his Instagram basically stating that he's been training all year. He's been training and doing everything he's supposed to, got vaccinated, did everything needed so he could be traveling all over the world and doing this stuff and getting ready for everything. But just, I guess, mentally wasn't there to compete and didn't want to compete. So that felt he couldn't give it his all. And so that's that. Well, apparently that's not that, because the deeper story is, and it's like, right, you get this money and this fame. The kid, I believe, has 3 world championships, 3 world titles. He's early 20s, like 24, I think, maybe 23 or 24. I can, here, let me see if it gives me his age here. I'm sorry, you know what? He's 28. He's 28. December 22nd, 93. So, anyways, he's got 3 world titles. And what happened is his stepfather used to be his coach. And this kid was like a little surfing robot. He was like, he would smile and would be nice in interviews and all this stuff, but he was just 100% like in like competition mode, just like focused on everything and knew the rules back and forth where he could do certain things to get, you know, calls and get penalties against other people and things of that nature, and just knew the rules and shit like that, and then played by him. Not that you're not supposed to know the rules and stuff, but he was almost like this hyper aggressive competitor and not having fun apparently. Well, he ended up firing his stepdad as his coach and manager and hiring someone else. And apparently it created a falling out with his mom and his family. Again, I don't know any of the details. There's just kind of what's come out in some stories and stuff. And his family basically kind of like turned against him. And now he's out searching for his real father and shit, which I think is cool as shit. I don't know their relationship or what's going on, but he's found out that guy's name, and his name is Claudio Ferreira. And if you remember earlier when I was reading off the other guys, the names, one of the dudes is Italo Ferreira. So now people are like wondering if they're related somehow, and this and that. It's pretty interesting story and shit. But this poor kid gets married has his beautiful wife coming on a tour with him, traveling, his new manager. You think everything would be going good for him. No. Behind the scenes, family turned on him and all this shit just because he wanted to be even better and get a better coach. And his family that took it so personal and all this shit. And the kid still went out last year while going through all that and won the world title last year. So that was his third world title. And now he's not showing up this year. So we don't know how long it's going to take off. And I'm not saying that, like, anyone knows what's going on beyond this. It's just like, when you say that stuff and you know this story, and that's what I was talking about, mental health is, you see all these athletes doing it now. It's super important to take care of yourself. I know as fans, as much as we hate it and as cheesy as it sounds sometimes, there's usually a reason for it, because that's what these people do, and it's day in, day out doing the same thing. I mean, shit, I love surfing. I couldn't go do that shit every single day, and just travel. No, I want to take a break. I get sick of it, right? Just like people that play golf don't play golf every single day. You'd all burn out on that shit. So I can see why people have to take breaks. It's pretty admirable to come out and, give his own statement, control the narrative so people don't, speculate as to what's happening. Where is he? What's going on? He lets us know. He comes out and says. So I think that's super admirable of him. And I wish more people would do that, stop and take time for themselves, because the strongest thing anyone can do is ask for help. That's without a doubt, I don't care what it is, So I think that's super dope. He did that. Old Gabs Medina, brother, please get better. Take your time. Sending love and well wishes, bro. That I am. So, boom. I'm pretty high. Not gonna eat any edibles today. Oh yeah, last time I ate all those edibles. Oh my God. I went upstairs and they didn't really all hit me for about an hour after I was done with the podcast. And then that shit hit me, and I was like all light-footed and just like legs were like nice and tingly. It was great. It was like literally the perfect amount. But then I went in destructo mode on food, and Jessica made this like ridiculous homemade chicken noodle soup with these big like thick noodles. I ate like I ate 2 bowls of that, and like not a little baby bowl, like a big ass like glass bowl. 2 of those. I ate 6 pieces of chicken. 6 pieces of chicken. 3 legs and 3 thighs. I like the dark meat. Oh, you've been served. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot to drop that puppy. You guys like that? That's my new little sound drop I made. Oh, Patrick Mahomes, 4th quarter, fantastic showing. You've been served. Yes, you have, bro. I was cheering for you too. You know what? Jackson Mahomes, your little goofy ass TikToking moves, and you're 90% of what's wrong with society. You've been served. Goddamn, I like that shit right there. All right, folks. Oh my God. Check it out. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Woo Republic for which it stands. One nation under a groove, indivisible with all the killer bees and justice for all. I said, justice for all, y'all, all. All right, motherfuckers, we out this bitch. Gonna go get swifty. Get swifty. There you go. Ricky in the house, baby. Be nice to your friends. Be nice to everybody. Be nice to strangers. Been reading a book with Jessica, 5 Languages of Love. Gary Chapman. Check it out. Seriously. You want to be a better lover, husband, friend, brother, human, everything? Check out this book. Seriously, real talk. 5 Languages of Love. Gary Chapman. It's the shit. All right? Don't forget, check it out. www.pinnacle.com. Sorry, www.pinnaclecana.com. Stores in Morenci. Stores in Addison. Stores in Camden. Stores in Buchanan. Stores in Edmore. Possibly a few more stores coming to you. Ooh, Lord, coming so true. We got the best deals, prices on the herbs, on the weeds. Got the gummies, got the edibles, got the topicals, what you need. Yes, we do. www.pinnaclecana.com. Gonna get that super bomb. You know what time it is, folks? I love you all like a motherfucker. Can't wait to talk to you again. Can't wait to do some fancy dancy. Got some guests coming, finally. I like talking to you guys. I'm sure you're sick of looking at me, but I don't care. I love you guys anyways. All right, you know how we go. Love, peace, and chicken grease. X-Rated, gonna see you on the flip side. Rolling, and you know I'm out.